Kyrie Irving, some psyop stuff, some gladiator stuff, some 144,000 stuff. Um, Maybe even some corn stuff. We had a huge windstorm that came through. It had some glorious corn plants, and they all fell over. Whatevs. So, good morning, first and foremost. Good morning. How you guys doing? It is I, your host, Keith, a man of letters, knowledge, information, and hopefully a bit of entertainment, if I will. Yesenia Reyes, how's it going? Yesenia, I've been meaning to do. There you go. There you go. Sorry, Yesenia, I've been meaning to do that for a while. Um, but glad you came first to hit you with it. How you doing? You doing good? You doing good, Yesenia? A long time no see. I've been. It's harvest season for the cannabis plants. So my whole video shooting area has just been transformed into a plant processing facility. If any of you guys want orders, I'm taking orders on oregano. That homegrown oregano. Hit up your boy. But yeah, so I've been super busy. I'm working on with John Smith as a saint. Sir Agent Smith has been helping me place the subtitles on the Latin translation of the Emerald Tablets, which is turning out to be quite the feat. So your boy's been swamped. I just opened for Sublime and Dirty Heads and Hyrie the other day, and Pato Bonton and Common Kings, if you know these guys. Your boy's been busy out here, just fucking playing huge shows. So the lives have slowed down. But I'm back, and thank you. And I'm back because I had to, because I'm seeing this Kyrie Irving thing. I'm seeing correlations between the psyops and the media and how they're presenting information and what's trending, and because your boy is always on top of what's trending, and this one's important. This Kyrie Irving thing's important, super important. I'm calling it right now. We got 10 people in the room. Can we get 10 likes in here? Can we get 10 likes in here? That would be dope. Light codes, hello, peace, and timid, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Who else we got in here? All right, this might be a long one, so. Homegrowns. Caleb, what up? Your homegrowns are. So Caleb put in an order for the oregano, and they're on the way. So, and like I said, I'm taking orders, you guys. Oregano. AB, what's up, AB? Okay, so first things first. Kyrie Irving. Let's. You guys know that homeboy. So here's the story. I gotta be careful how I say things. I'm not anti-vax. Right? The story is he doesn't want to get vaccinated. They're not letting him play unless he's fully vaccinated. Fair enough. So he says, fam, well, I'm not going to play. So he's not getting paid. People are like, well, you're not going to get money. They're hating on him. So he says, let me deal with that. I'll deal with not having money. That's my problem, not yours. So he's choosing quality over quantity. You know what I mean? That's why I brought up the 144,000. I was listening to another gentleman speak on it. And what we're seeing here, hold on, I don't want to get sidetracked yet. There are a number of professional athletes, celebrities. There's a number of people who are making the same decision, but Irving is the only one getting the trending 15 minutes of fame for it. And what they're doing is they're destroying his character because he, a few years ago, said he was a flat earther. Now here's the psyop. Of course, of all the celebrities out there that are making the same decision that he is, they're choosing the one that they're having the easiest time discrediting because of the flat earth thing. So what they're trying to do is associate his decision with crazy cuckoos who believe that the earth is flat. I'm not saying I do or do not believe that the earth is flat. I'm saying look at the one that they decided to choose to put on the news, to blow it up, to make it trending. They're having a field day with them. I'm reading the comment sections on the YouTube videos and they're like, oh my God, flat earthers, flat earther? And on ESPN, they're going, wasn't he the one who said? They know damn well he was the one that said it, but they want to be all dramatic and theatrical about it. Wasn't he the one who said he believed that the earth was flat? I mean, come on. Yeah, come on. Flat earthers, and then people that make the decision that he's making. I'm saying people that make the decision that he made because I'm trying to keep it as neutral as possible. I'm not anti-vax, YouTube. All right? I'm not. I'm just pointing out that the person they're using is a psyop, because what they're going to do is they're going to just pull all the heat on. They don't want to put the credible doctors on there. They don't want to put the thousands of medical workers that are being laid off for making the same decision. They want to put the weakest character possible so that they can do the most damage possible, so that they can continue the psyop that we've been undergoing for the past couple of years. I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I barking up the wrong tree? Barking up. Anna, hello. Pyramid 7, AB, hello. Lamar Lee. Yo, I'm re-energizing hard right now. Actually, I'm not re-energizing right now. Your boy's been burning the midnight oil these past couple weeks. However, your boy has also been stocking up heavy on the midnight oil the past couple years. So let's fucking go. Let's go, baby. The J did go out, though. It did go out. Melly, hello. Seaflower, what up? I was trying to say greet everyone in the room. Dope. Yeah. And if you're watching this video and you're upset with Irving's decision and you're trying to figure out what this is all about, what I ask you to do is to think about, because I'm trying to be neutral here. I'm not saying, just ask yourself, of all the people who are making the same decision he is, who think the same way that he is, why is he the only one, the flat earther, who's getting the PT, who's getting the playtime, who's getting the airtime? Why? You guys know that? You guys type in Tony Robbins and into YouTube, and then say Tony Robbins, and then whatever other relevant words you use them, so I don't have to say them. You use the relevant words to look what he has to say about things that are going on, about current events, and watch what pops up. He is adamant about his views on this, and he's one of the most credible people in the world. Are you kidding me? Tony Robbins has been changing lives, blue and red, rich, poor, athlete, techie, like all man, woman, gay, straight, like all the creeds, all the divisions brought together by this world famous, legendary, motivational speaker, self-development. Do you think they're gonna put him on CNN? Give him a voice? This dude's 1,000 times more famous, has made 1,000 times more of an impact, has 1,000 times more credibility to his name. Do you think they're going to put someone like Tony Robbins up there to speak? Absolutely not. They'll never. I feel like my son's been crying for 10 minutes straight. What's going on in there? Oh, we stopped. Anywho, like, ask yourself that. You know what I mean? I'm not saying be pro or anti anything, other than the truth, obviously. That feels like that should go without being said. But just be wary, be wary of like how things are presented to you. Be wary of how things are framed, how conversations are framed. Hold on, let me see what's going see, I'm trying to figure out if he's hurt or if he's just being a crybaby. I think he's just being a crybaby. Sorry, you guys. Where are we at? Everything is staged. They are all actors and they're all puppets that play along. Energy manipulation, 100%. Richie, breathe. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Can I get a hello? There. Eden, hello, Eden. Nice to see you. Long time no see on here. Nice, thanks for the reminder, Richie. I shot a video, and I think I started with a shout out to Richie and his remembering to breathe. But I don't think I ended up using that video take of the final upload. So, anywho. So then I started thinking about the 144,000 if you're here also for that. Also, can I get a few more likes for the video? Can a brother get a like? Anywho. The 144,000. I have a new theory on the 144,000. See, I was super if I'm anti anything, this 144,000 thing. I'm thinking, how can you have a chosen of 144,000 with a planet that, in theory, could have an infinite amount of souls? You know what I mean? Because, there was, at one point, there was only one human, and then there was two, and then there was three, and then there was, you know what I mean? So the number always changes, but how can you only have a pre-selected 144? It just didn't make sense. So now thinking, what if the 144 aren't chosen by a quote-unquote Yahweh? What if the 144,000 choose themselves? And there's only space for 144 quote-unquote chosen ones. Not that there's only 144 and you're either this blessed individual born of a certain lineage with the certain ancestors, you know what I mean? And so I'm seeing people out here doing things where it's like choosing the quality over quantity, choosing the lighter instead of the, I don't know. The conversation opens up into free will, personal choice, into power, into our own power, into our own beliefs, our beliefs in ourselves. Like, what if the difference between you being able to accomplish something and you not is you're waiting on external validation for something to happen. You're praying that you're one of the 144 and you're on your knees going, God, let me be, I need to be one of the chosen ones. And God's looking back down at you going, well, what the fuck? Don't look at me, bro. Like, then do it. What would if a person were a part of the 144? How would they act? Would they stay in their anger, or would they transmute? Because this is the thing with the emotions. Or for an example, like a chosen one, the Neo. If you want to be the Neo, let's say you experience extreme anger. Great. Extreme anger is a goddamn blessing. It's a blessing. But, because it instigates action, it instigates change, which is some of the most difficult things to undergo. Any kind of change. Action, movement, it's a powerful energy. Thank the Lord you're able to experience it and that you do experience it. But would a chosen one operate from the anger? Or would he transmute the anger into something a little more usable? Would he refine the anger into, say, persistence or determination or organization or, you know what I mean? Like, you get the anger, great, cool. Now, how are you going to use the anger? Because that's the question. That's how you move things up the ladder of transmutation. Like, this is why we fucking study the Hermetic philosophy. This is why I study the laws of the Hermetic philosophy, like vibration, polarity, rhythm, all the things, is because makes the most practical, logical sense for me to do a thing like transmute? How do I practically transmute this quote unquote thing that we label anger? Because the actual objective thing of anger isn't the word anger, right? There is an experience of a thing, and we all agree to label that thing as anger, and to say that it is bad or that it is destructive, whatever, these are, but the thing in and of itself is a fucking wavelength, it's just this sort of obscure thing that's here and not here. You know what I mean? It's wishy-washy, like all things are. And so it wouldn't make sense to be like anger bad, or some people will try to get semantics or, play devil's advocate. And it's like, well, I'm not saying anger's bad, but there are better things than anger. Like, well, yeah, no shit, there's better things than anything. Or, you know what I mean? But the idea isn't to curse the darkness. The idea is to light a match. And so if you see anger as the darkness, you go, all right, I have this thing. How can I make use of it? If I were Neo, if I wanted to dodge, you're telling me I can dodge bullets? No, Neo. I'm saying that when you're ready, you won't have to. You know what I mean? So if you want to be that guy, and you see it, you have an experience of it, especially emotion, because your emotions are fucking everything. Not everything, but a lot. That's your raw power, baby. So you have an experience, sadness, grief, anger. The idea isn't to curse them, it's to raise them to the next stage, raise them to the next level. It's like your anger becomes not something that gets in your way, but a stepping stone. Like, say you're someone that's super prone to anger. Like, all right, dope. Or let's not keep you from getting angry. Let's keep you from, or not keep you from anything. Let's direct the energy of the anger to something that will be productive, that's more in alignment with what you want. Example, instead of getting angry and hitting yourself with a slew of negative thoughts. I suck, I'm this, I'm angry, you know what I mean? I can't go of the anger, I can't apologize, I can't get out of my, all this shit. Instead go, okay, this emotion is powerful and it sucks, but it sucks so bad, the energy of the suck is so bad that if I can just turn it just a few degrees to the left and write down, okay, I'm gonna use the energy of this anger to plan out my week. I'm not going to miss another opportunity like I just did. I'm fucking pissed. It was once in a lifetime. All right, how did I get there? Well, I was unorganized. I didn't follow through. I didn't stay in contact. Okay, I'm gonna write my next plan for the next week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm gonna write out what I'm doing when I wake up. I'm gonna meditate. I'm gonna drink water. I'm gonna stretch. Right, so I get the blood flowing, so I feel in my body. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna study my area of interest. I'm gonna study my where I'm lacking. Say I'm lacking in my astrology. All right, Keith. Well, I'm gonna buy a fucking astrology book, and I'm going to study that, or at least I'm going to read it. Easily attainable goals. I'm gonna read it 20 minutes a day every month. I'm gonna read. So I'm gonna exercise. Get in touch with the physical. Get in touch with the intellectual and mental. I'm gonna write emails to keep in touch with the homies. Hey, how you been? I've been busy as hell. I have a bunch of projects I'm working on. Sorry if I've been scattered, but what's good? What are you working on? Can I help? Is there anything I can do to help you along? Like, network connects. You know what I mean? So I'm going on a tangent. Sorry about the good old man of letters tangents. They happen. So what you've done with the anger is you've taken all the energy, and instead of burning a fucking village down with the energy of your anger, the fire of your anger, you're concentrating that energy over, say, a giant witch's kettle. It's a giant old cauldron. And the fire is only under the cauldron, and you put all your magical ingredients inside the cauldron so that you can brew your magic. So now your fire, your anger is the fire that produces something usable, sustainable. Because that's the idea, is we want to operate from emotions that are sustainable. This is why, you guys remember when Yoda talked to, sorry, I'm not too good with my Star Wars savviness, but I believe it was Anakin, or Yoda says you crave adventure. And the reason why you crave adventure is exactly why I can't let you be a Jedi. And one would think, what's wrong with adventure? We all hear about adventure, we all talk about adventure, and you must live an adventurous life. We can't be monotonous. Which is true, but the idea of craving the adventure is it's not a sustainable emotion. It's that level of excitement is like redlining. You can't redline your car 24/7 or the engine will explode. But intense energies will make you explode whether they're good or bad. So if you're always craving excitement and in other words, you're always craving stimulation, you're gonna go fucking nuts. One way or another. So we need the balance. That's why the yin and yang is so important. That's why when we talk about the swing of the pendulum, the rhythm and hermetics, that's why the swing is necessary, because the swing gives you balance. Hot, cold, sadness, happiness. Sorry, I'll catch up with you guys' comments in a sec. Where was I? Balance, energies, Libra energy, anger, emotions. I forgot what I was talking about. I lost the train of thought. Well, then we'll call it right there. We'll say, Laura, give me a second. I'm gonna go ahead and read some comments. Nicole Price. Hello, how's it going? I was trying to see if I recognize you, but I don't think I do. I hope the reminders are kicking in for you, Nicole. Thanks for... Len K, hello. Thank you for being a channel member. I think the orange means you've been a channel member for like over 5 months. So thank you so much, Len K. Oh yeah, that's right. We're talking about Yoda, excitement, adventure. That's right. That's where that conversation... Let me finish this one and then I'll read your guys' comments. This is super important. One of the reasons it's so important to sort of be able to be neutral or step outside of a situation is because you no longer get caught up in the you no longer get caught up in that swing, in that rhythm. It's almost like when you step back, okay, I can see the swing happening. I haven't stopped the swing of the pendulum, but I'm able to disassociate myself with the emotions of it, with the anger of it, with the happiness of it, right? You're neither getting caught up in the good or the bad of it. You're just seeing it for what it is. And that sort of, third eye vision is not peace. It's just a state of awareness that's really useful to be able to access at will. You know what I mean? It's really nice. That's why people say to never make promises when you're excited. It's like never make decisions when you're angry, which I don't really believe in ultimatums too much, but you get what it's trying to say. Never make decisions when you're angry and never make promises when you're really excited and happy, because you're not always going to be maintaining that anger to be okay with the decision that you made while you were angry, because anger is not really a sustainable emotion to keep. And extreme elatedness, like being the happiest you've ever been, like on fucking a few doses of Molly, for example, you're not going to be able to maintain that level of energy. So when you start making all these promises when you're in that state of mind, it's like, it's best to make the decisions when you're level-headed, when you're clear, calm, collected, because again, that's the sustainable energy. That's the sustainable emotion. That's the sustainable state of being that we want. That's will take us the distance. All right, Stoned Oracle. It's been a while. How's it going? Thank you for letting me. Yeah. Nicole Price. I was coming on the end. I know. Well, you caught it. I would say we're about 66% of the way through right now. So you got a good amount. Kafisha Thomas, what's up? Richie Bless, thank you, brother. Seaflower hitting me with theories, with numerology. Nice, I like it. Michael Quadruple Sevens, hello. What's up, man? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Choosing the truth, Anna. Yes, we try. Bless cubed, Richie. Whoa, that's dope. How'd you do that? Or that's not cubed. It's cubed would be 4. Squared 3. What's the third one? Anyway. Okay, I think I'm all caught up. Energy manipulation, everything is staged. Damn, I'm deep now. I'm deep in it. Nicki Minaj plus Chappelle, Irving. Little Levin, how's it going, Little Levin? Oh, Lamar, I like Alchemy. I like the new setup. Alchemy, I like the new setup. I like it all. Little Levin, oregano shipped nationwide. Yes, hopefully you're still here to hear that. Oh yeah, you guys, it's harvest season over here, so we're live with the oregano. Ships nationwide. Lemuria, what up, man? Yeah, Lemuria. 2 people messaged me yesterday asking the next time I'm going live, so I was thinking maybe it's letting me know something. We talked 144,000. We talked the Irving situation. If you guys want me to go over any of that, please let me know. I do have time at the moment. I do have time. This is our homegrown oreganos, by the way. I wonder about the angles of light on your birth chart. So are the angels looking at us. Was that a rhetorical statement or a question, Michael? I wonder about the angles of light on your birth chart. So are the angels just looking at us. So you're saying the angels and the angles are the same thing? Is that you're reminiscing? That's right, I have heard that. How the similarities between angel and angle. I guess so. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Do you make an EO out of the Artemisia? Did you? Oh yeah, I did, Len K. I haven't run my essential oil distiller in a while, but I have made it out of the Artemisia, and it's one of my favorite smells of all time. Specifically, Artemisia californica is the one that I used. Autumn makes me think of the inevitable cycles of life, the pendulum, the law of rhythm, all through the cycles. We got to keep homeostasis to survive. So we're going to reword that, Seaflower. You say, we got to keep homeostasis to survive. Instead of saying, yes, but we can get closer to home, and we could say, homeostasis will always happen, period. It's not something, homeostasis, the swing, in other words, isn't something that has to happen. It happens. Whether you want it to happen, whether you want it to stop, whether you want it to keep going, regardless of what your actions are, the pendulum will always keep swinging. So more accurate than we have to keep homeostasis to survive is, or we have to keep homeostasis alive is, how do I put this in the words? It's our job to recognize the swing that we're dealing with. What are the two sides of the swing? Well, to learn what we're dealing with is to learn the opposite of what we're dealing with. That's the polarity aspect. And then we need to realize, where we're at on the swing. So, for example, go back to the emotions. My son's show is he's learning Spanish right now, and English, and he friggin' speaks both languages, and it's the coolest thing ever. He'll straight up, and I was learning adding and subtracting, and he goes, Dada, 1 + 2 = 3. I don't think he knows exactly what he's saying. He knows that 1 + 2 = 3, but I'm not sure he knows exactly what that means, if you know what I mean. Anywho, where was I? Recognizing the swing. Yeah, if you want to create some shit, you have to have the healthy inputs. You have to have the healthy inputs, because we can't stop the swing, but we can guide the swing. Just like you're in a playground. If you push, you don't want to push back when it's going down. Otherwise, you'll fucking hurt yourself. You want to push the swing in the direction that it's going, to increase the other side. And we correspond that idea to the food you're eating. Hey, have you had a really crazy weekend this week? All right, well, you should probably chill this week. Go to bed early. Like Richie says, you need to breathe more. You need to drink more water. You need to slow down. You need to dig a hole 6 inches down and bury your feet in the dirt and meditate for 20 minutes. You know what I mean? You return. You can direct the swing of your own pendulum. You just can't stop it. Like, that's the thing. You can't stop the swing, but you can influence it. So, good luck. Good luck. Yo, we have jalapenos. Check out this jalapeno bush right here, you guys. Just slapping out here, just slapping. Killing it. Stephen Newhouse says, don't be too hot, red, or too cold, blue. Divide the spectrum into 4 and join the 2 centers, stay inside. We can get closer than that too, Stephen. We can get closer. So Stephen says, really good point. He says, don't be too hot, or don't be too cold. And that's also not what I mean, so forgive me for not explaining myself properly. I, Keith Garcia, man of letters, am not the spiritual person who's going to tell you not to do something. I'm not going to tell you that something is good or bad. The type of spiritual person that I am is the one who's gonna say, all right, were you too hot? Okay, cool. How can we utilize that? Were you too cold? Dope. How can we utilize that? You know what I mean? Because again, I don't like ultimatums. So I don't believe there's such thing as being, subjectively speaking, too hot. Again, it all comes down to, how can we utilize the energy that's at hand? Because how do you know what too hot is? Or how do you know what too cold is? So there's no wrong. There is a wrong, Stephen. There is a wrong. But it's dependent on the situation. What's too hot in one situation might be not enough in a different situation. And how the fuck are we supposed to know unless we just act? We act and we make an adjustment. We act and we make an adjustment. We act And we learned objectively, like you're saying, that, you know what, I fucking came in a little too hot. Like, Keith, you need to fucking chill next time. You're right. What was your name? Steven, you're perfectly right that there is such thing as right or wrong, but to say never be too hot is like saying, well, I can't think of it. Sorry, y'all. So Light Ladder, please remind me to come back to that, your comment. Light Ladder, remind me of your comment. I'm still going on the thing about subjective. So let me clarify my own personal thoughts on subjective and objective. Big picture, yes, there is such thing, or I mean, there's only one truth, you guys, which means everything else is a half truth, which means the one truth is the thing that never changes, the unchanging thing. For something to be true with a capital T, it means it must be as it is, as it ever was for all time. That's true, because if something is always changing, then how is it true? You know what I mean? So the only one unchanging thing, the all God energy, whatever you want to call it, the nameless thing, that's the only truth. Everything else is a sort of half truth, here and not there, which means, yes, there's no such thing as good or bad, because you could say, like, yeah, you could say, well, maybe it was good that Hitler killed all those people because one of the people he killed was actually going to be 10 times as bad as Hitler. So God let Hitler go. So it was actually a good thing that Hitler did his thing, because a bigger Hitler was coming, that if he would, you know what I mean? So theoretically, you could argue anything or you could argue that nothing is good or bad. That's one half of the coin. The other half of the coin is there is truth in individual situations. For example, being too hot or too cold. You can look back on a situation and have all the information at hand, that sort of God view, that fourth dimensional view. You can go back in time and be like, given all the information that I have at now, I actually wasn't hot enough. I thought I was too hot, I wasn't hot enough. Or, you know what I mean? So there's objective and there is subjective, and they both coexist. And such is the fucking paradox of existence, that things they both are and are not at the same time. And the idea isn't to figure out how that's possible, or like who does it, or how should we put the name onto the thing that this comes from. Like, that's the definitions or those things are irrelevant. That's the mouse that runs on the cage forever, and then he dies in the same spot right where he started, having gotten nowhere except dead. What we want to learn is the mechanics. How do we learn the mechanics of these operations? Those mechanics being rhythm, being the law of rhythm, being the law of mentalism. You know, all things have a mental origin. Correspondence, which is the as above, so below. Polarity, we talk about a lot. Gender, which is all things have both a feminine and masculine quality that comes together to creating cause and effect. All things have a cause to them, and all causes have effects to them. All going back to the original cause of the all. I think that's it. Cause and effect. So like those are the important things. That's how we learn about plants, and that's how we learn about stars, and that's how we can see patterns in nature, so we know when to plant and we know what not to plant. We know what to eat, when to eat it. We know this because we can look out and see the patterns of nature, and we learn from those patterns. That's how we manifest. You know what I mean? That's how we make serious shit happen. Us armchair philosophers like to play a lot of heady mind games and wordplay and be all cute and thought experiments just for the sake of a thought experiment. You know what I mean? But for the most part, to manifest, to create, you don't need to know any of this shit. You just got to be able to read patterns. You need to be able to read a room. Like, you need to be able to read a person who you're having a conversation with. How's this person feeling? Or if their body is telling me that they're anxious, then their mind, using the law of correspondence, then their mind is probably anxious. You know what I mean? If this person is sitting here with their legs crossed and their arms folded and their head down, you know what I mean? Like if their whole body is closed off to you, then their mind is probably closed off to you. Probably, not always, but probably. If they're leaning into you and they're looking you dead in the eye and they're like, are inquiring, like, you know what I mean? If they're here, then their mind is probably also here. You know, that's using the law of correspondence in a practical, everyday sense. Like that's the bread and butter. That's the magic, you guys. That's the power of being able to influence people, being able to influence minds. Actually, not being able to influence people, because you influence people regardless whether you're trying to or not, but how to consciously influence people, how to influence people in a way that's in alignment with your wants, with your needs. You know, are you fucking Darth Vader? Okay, great. Well, are you utilizing Darth Vader qualities? No, then you're not going to be a good Darth Vader. Simple as that. Or you want to be Yoda? Well, are the things you doing in alignment with Yoda? Like your thoughts, your actions, what you consume? Is that, you know what I mean? Notice how I'm not saying you need to be Yoda. You can be whoever the fuck you want, but like know how to be that person. You know what I mean? It'd be cool if you were more down for merrymaking, homemade ale, and like live bands. It'd be cool if you were that type of person. I would encourage that. I would. But you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for dipping in, Len K. Thank you. Have a blessed day, you too. Oh, Light Louder gave me the reminder of a message. You're gonna have to type the message again because it might be pretty deep in the chat room by now. Agent Smith, thanks for the links. Agent Smith, yeah, we have a Patreon on the channel. You get discounts on my Etsy shop when you sign up for the Patreon. It's a super sweet deal. I make my own candles and oils and plants, seeds. I got like frankincense plants and shit on there. Copal trees, frankincense trees. It's super cool. Anywho, yeah, thanks, Smith. If you could restate your question, that would be great. But first, let's all take a deep breath. If Richie's still here, we gotta reset. I feel like, speaking of intense energies, now we gotta reset a little bit. Gotta hold it in. Just feel it. Oh yeah, there it is. And then controlled exhale. You know what's a good breathing practice? When you guys do your exhales, force the hell out of every last cubic inch of air that's tucked into the bronchioles of your lungs. Like, try it. We're gonna exhale, but exhale just more than you've ever exhaled in your life. Don't stop. Here we go. You ready? Think of a like a lake. Have you guys ever been to a lake? The middle of the lake where the most water circulation is, that's where the water's the freshest. It's always moving. The currents are going left, right, sideways. Birds, ducks, boats, people, animals, fish, the things under the water too. It's all forcing the most commotion in the middle. Now, if you think about the little gullies on the side, they're always murky and swampy and like kind of smell funny because they're stagnant, and that's where all the fucking mosquitoes are, so you guys stay away from that. Your lungs are the same way. So the little bronchioles of your lungs can actually keep old, stagnant, stale carbon dioxide built up in there. And so it's a good practice to like really, really fucking go the extra mile on that exhale, because it helps with that circulation. Plus it's good for meditating, you know what I mean? Anyhow. Trying to control one's body and mind virtually, like I said, I suppose. So Keith, what do you think about your birth chart and those lines going all different ways? You're gonna have to be more specific about that. Like, what do I think about my birth chart and lines going different ways? I think my birth chart's cool. I'm still undecided how deep I want to go into. Actually, no. Damn, I could talk about that, but that's like a straight up 15-20 minute spiel. I'm not sure if you guys are ready for that. A good psychological concept to look at, I would say, is emotional intelligence. Oh yeah, absolutely. To be emotionally intelligent is probably the most powerful, debatably the most powerful type of intelligence, period. You know, they say there's emotional intelligence, there's physical intelligence, there's intellectual intelligence. I think there's 4. Someone should look that up. Look it up for the room and tell us what are the different types of intelligence. But yeah, emotional intelligence is powerful. Spiritual, is that one of them? Nice. Yeah. Hello, Suan. Are you familiar with something called reality shifting? A lot of people online are traveling throughout the multiverse by physically manifesting themselves in other realities. Yes, 100%. So there's a question about reality shifting. So, do I ever reality shifting? But there's a paradox in reality shifting that's I haven't been able to wrap my head around. So here, reality shifting is the idea that there's an infinite amount of realities happening simultaneously. And you want to take your consciousness and shift it not forward, not backwards, but sideways. The same way you can switch from K-Earth 101 to 95.9. They're both happening simultaneously. It's just wherever you put your tuner at is which one manifests. So the idea of reality shifting is sliding our tuner left or right to a different frequency where I'm now in the frequency of, or the timeline of Keith, who sets a video that goes viral and hits 1 million views. But the paradox that I haven't seen to wrap my head around is, if all those are happening simultaneously, yet my consciousness is experiencing this one, whose consciousness am I overriding when I slip into Keith where he has 1 million video? You know what I mean? It's almost like you would have to override someone else's consciousness. Which is important, because what if there's a shittier version of Keith who only has like 1,000 subscribers and wants to get to the 15,000 subscribers, Keith, and he reality shifts into the reality that you hear, and I disappear, my consciousness is deleted and the other Keiths moves in. You know what I mean? Are you guys wrapping your head around the paradox of this reality shifting that no one seems to want to be talking about? Because otherwise, what is there? Just an infinite amount of different other are all the other ones empty bodies that are just kind of like someone hit play and it's Keith in a different reality moving with no consciousness inside of him, and then I move it over there? Like, you know what I mean? No one seems to have addressed this paradox yet. Or maybe it's not a paradox. Maybe you do just kill someone when you move in, or you like override. It's like when you transfer a file on your desktop and it goes, this file already exists, would you like to replace it? And you go, yes. What happens to the other file? Does it get deleted? It gets replaced. So there were 2 things before, and now where there were 2, there were only 1. So what happened to the other one? That's what I'm saying. What the fuck? Am I just gonna get replaced by shittier Keith when he wants to come into my... I don't know, dude. These are the questions that keep me up at night. MCQ 200 mil, what? 200 million intelligence. Dude, why? Dude, what the fuck? MCQ, why have I not? 200 mil intelligence. I fucking love you, MCQ. Thanks, man. Hippocampus. I enjoy your name. You enjoy my aura? Nice. Thank you. Thank you for finding the channel. Please, Hippocampus, take your shoes off. Stay a while. Make yourself at home, by all means. mRNA, nano... I gotta be careful. Light Ladder, you're asking me about mRNA stuff. I gotta be careful with talking about things like that, you guys. I gotta keep that to a minimal. I'm not anti-vax, by the way. I just have to state that. I'm not sure of your question, though. Oh, I have a whole bunch of tomatoes ready right there. Dope. We got a whole bunch of tomatoes. We're trying to save up tomatoes for salsa. And the plants, they weren't too happy. And then I clipped them. I hit them with some compost tea, and they bounced back like no one's business. They're healthy as fuck now. But it took 3 months to get them happy. Anywho, we made some homemade salsa the other day. Homegrown tomatoes, cilantro, Apache chilies, and jalapeno chilies. Oh. The neighbors broke a glass. She's a uh-oh. Oh yeah, the garden's popping off though, you guys. I ground up the corn, made homemade cornbread, made homemade grits from homegrown corn. All of that is all popcorn. There's like 30 popcorn plants tucked back there. The popcorn from Costco. The big container for like $5. You guys want to do some end of the world saving? Go buy the organic popcorn kernels from Costco. They're viable. They have like a 95% germination rate. Shit, that's all of that. Shit's crazy. So your boy's gonna be the popcorn master in like 2 months. Jaya, what if we were all clones? No. It's not. We're cloning. Yeah, cloning, I guess, has the same idea, but reality shifting, frequency shifting isn't cloning. Cloning happens within a reality. Unless you're asking, what if a clone reality shifts? Then definitely. But old dude walked up to me and said my name. He said I was his childhood friend. Never seen bro a day in my life. Right now, Lemuria? Did that just happen right now? Be kind of in a way, since our cells are supposedly all replaced every 7-ish years. Yes, Seaflower, but Seaflower, I would say that the soul is anchored. Well, yeah, I guess not, because if it's anchored to the heart, but the heart cells themselves are all replaced, then maybe the soul is anchored to the memories, but memories can also be replaced, changed, and instigated and placed, even if they were never there. So what is the soul tethered to? Our DNA? No, because identical twins share DNA, right? Don't identical twins share DNA? Well, maybe that's why twins then share the same thoughts, and they just have a way about them where they can guess what each other are saying, or they if one of them dies, like crazy shit, like twins know things long distance, share emotions long distance. There's been tons of studies on this. Maybe it's because the soul, it's an oversoul that's attached to the DNA, therefore experience is wherever the DNA is. Maybe the DNA is what binds the soul. to a particular body or a particular thing. Because while DNA gets replaced, the pattern of the DNA never changes, like a fingerprint, you know? So the soul wouldn't be attached to the physical, it would be attached to the coding of the physical. Are you guys seeing any holes in this hypothesis yet? Let me know if you see any holes, because I think we might be onto something. I think we might have real time figured out how the soul attaches to the body. I don't know. Gennaro Cervantes. What up? It's just another version of you. The only difference is you just become aware of that stuff. Oh, fuck. Wait. That was beautiful. You become aware of that self. So Gennaro Cervantes, you're saying you become aware of that self, but there's a difference between, if that's the case, and I like that a lot more, then we can't call it shifting frequencies under, you know, shifting timeline frequencies. It can't be that, because to become aware of another version of yourself isn't to change places, because that's the frequency is that there's multiple timelines, an infinite amount of timelines, and you shift into the one that you want. So we can't use that terminology, because what you're saying is we become aware of the energy and implement it here. So I'm okay with getting rid of shifting timelines and accepting the becoming aware of the other timeline. That would work, right? How do you guys feel about that? I've heard of that. VSSSS. But again, we're talking superposition is two particles being at two places at once within the same timeline. You know what I'm saying? It's not putting, and the reason why is because when you influence one particle, the other particle experiences the same influence faster than the speed of light, is what they're saying with superposition. So if they're happening at the same time in space, in the space-time, it's all in the same space-time. But again, we're talking hopping timelines altogether into a different reality, in which that reality, there's already Keith doing his thing, past, present, future. There's already a Keith in this other reality. And I'm going into that one and I'm occupying his reality. I'm replacing his reality. Does that make, that's the paradox that I haven't been able to wrap my head around. The superposition is things happening within the same reality. Does that make sense? You got me? No one can explain what it is. We are not God's only human. I know, sorry. I'm getting too heady right now. This is the problem, dude. This is a problem, you guys. As I go on these heady tangents that don't necessarily solve any practical problems. But it's okay. It's all right. It's all right, it happens. Always remember that we are not our thoughts. We are more like awareness, expands the self on all levels. Do we have CFC? What's up? Yoda, do it better. Yoda, do it better. Hello, Yoda, do it better. Thanks for chiming in. Thanks for everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Name's Keith. If you're just tuning in, for just stepping in, man, letters, knowledge, information, and at the beast, a little bit of entertainment. We gotta breathe again, you guys. It's about that time. We're just deep breath in. You ready? Everyone ready? Put your joints down. Sit up straight. Lower your chin a little bit. Just straighten your back, though. Straighten your back. Tall back. Lower the chin just a hair. From the belly, big one. Out. Nice. Nice. It's always good to take the big breather in. So it was good to get grounded again. Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Can I get a hello? Ooh, there. I'm just waiting for the day when Ralph Smart hits me up and he's like, "Hey, bro, you trying to do a live or what?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what up?" I'm like, "What up, Ralph? Let's do this." I should be a model. Thanks, man. Wait, CFC Salmalado. I'm okay. CFC, I had to remove that message. I love you, man, and thank you for posting messages on my channel. This is not at all saying that I don't like you posting things. It's just what you happen to post. That one comment you left is a gray area for YouTubers right now. I could yeah. So I had to remove that one. But I can live strong, man, or like your style. Pilot man always confuses me. Yo, fucking a lot of people confuse me. And a lot, like all of them, I feel like the spiritual people in that realm confuse me. Except for like, what was homeboy whose channel got turned off? Young Pharaoh never confused me, but he wasn't so much spiritual as he was. Well, he was hella spiritual, but like he was practical and well presentable. I'm starting to think that maybe it's me. I'm like, fucking, yeah. Some of those people out there have no fucking clue what they're talking about half the time. And I don't want to say any names because I don't want people to get mad at me because I know most of them on a first name basis. I know most of them. I don't want to be watching this video and be like, what the fuck, Keith? Like, I'm sorry, dude. I don't know what the fuck you're saying half the time. I love you, man. I will continue to listen to you and I will continue to promote you. But I have no fucking clue what you're saying half the time, bro. I'm like, is this dude making shit up? Everyone in the chat room seems to be following this dude perfectly. Maybe it's me. All there's fucking 30 people in this chat room that are like, yeah, I feel you, brother. Preach. Amen to that. You know, the algorithm patterns of the triple second Sigma 5.5, you're right. I thought it was 0.05. It might be 0.09. I'm like, maybe all these motherfuckers know what's going on. Maybe I'm the odd one out. So, I'm sorry. Fucking sorry. I'll step it up. I'll read more. Or I'll channel more. I think that's it. I'm not channeling the proper timeline of Keith, man of letters, to be able to understand the conversation. I need to time slip and replace another soul in a different time realm and take his life. What does that say about the people in that timeline? Like, am I leaving? So if this is also a thing with the timelines, that I swear that probably the past that past decade I've had this thought. I'm glad we took that deep breath earlier because we're coming in hot again. I thought, if I leave the timeline, like, I'm gonna miss does that mean I leave all the old souls? I replace my soul with my new soul with my old soul, and then I'm like living in a timeline. I'm gonna miss my old pops. Is he gonna be gone? Like, is it a different soul inhabiting the, I don't know, dude. Shit's weird, dude. I assume you're referring to dark matter when you say black matter, CFC? You want like the textbook, the definition of it, or do you want what do I think it is, regardless of the textbooks? Or what's your question exactly? The main thing stopping me from reality shifting for good is my family. Unless they shift with you. VSSSS. What channels do you like to watch, Mr. Keith? I like watching Ralph Smart's most because I don't want to punch him in the face whenever I hear him talking. Even though he repeats himself I don't want to punch anyone in the face. I'm being theatrical. I'm being dramatic. Also, my phone might die. He's always smiling, and he's always got the music, and you just can't not like the dude. But as far as content, I don't listen to any YouTube channels for content, or for spiritual content, or at least I try not to. I feel like I don't want to invest my thought space in too many different theologies or too many different lenses. You know what I mean? Like, I'm balls deep in like Hermeticism, for example, the Kabbalion specifically, and it's like I'm trying to keep it pure, you know. And if I'm listening to 4 or 5 different people, I'm sort of investing in that, and it's rubbing, and by osmosis alone, it's influencing my thoughts. And I'm just trying to keep it man of letters style when it comes to what I think of the world, how I go forward with the world. That way, when I speak about the world, I know it's coming from me. I know it's coming from my experiences, from my ancestors, from my fucking stars, from my homeland. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm not grounded enough, because, you know, like in the Emerald Tablets, he says one who is unbalanced, like, you have to be balanced to descend into the pits of the earth, because if you're not balanced, you're going to get eaten up. And that's kind of why, you know, like, if you don't have a healthy emotional state, you can't be a psychiatrist and deal with people whose mental states are fucking chaos, because you're gonna get eaten alive. You need to be balanced and well grounded and well centered in yourself, you know, before you start interjecting yourself out into the world. So maybe that's partly what I'm doing too, is like I need to make sure I'm well grounded in me before I can start believing, you know, what 10 other people are telling me online. Because if you like someone on YouTube or on Instagram or your favorite author, when you like them a lot and you involve yourself in their world, you become that world. So you got to be real fucking careful on which world you decide to put yourself in, because you will become that world. Not saying that all these people out here on YouTube are like have bad world. Oh, that's Mad World. All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out places, riding early for the daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. Mad world. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Isn't that crazy? That song's fucking wild. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. That's fucking gangster, dude. That's super gangster. Damn, cover that song. That's a great idea, Seaflower. Thank you. Someone remind me of that. DM that to me, please, so I don't forget. Please DM that to me. I would love to cover that song. Q Reeves, homies. You know what? I can tell you this. You know what style I really like watching a lot? My phone might die pretty soon, by the way. Is the biohacking stuff. That's your boy's bread and butter. Like, I've had Richie Breathe on the channel a couple times. I like that a lot because, I don't know, maybe it's I have a lot of Capricorn in my chart. I like the practical shit. Like, all right. It's like, okay, dope. Thank you for the 45 minutes of philosophizing. Now, how the fuck is that supposed to help me, you know, get up in the morning? And Richie's biohacking stuff. So, like, that type of content is the stuff that I gravitate towards most when it comes to self-development and things like that. is the practical application. I'll do the philosophizing and the intellectual stuff on my own with my favorite authors and things like that, and go to the biohackers, you know, for the implementation of that. But yeah. So Keith, I see golden beings with horns, and with horns and without. What kind of horns? Like trumpets? Dude, I love the horns. If we live on different planets and in different galaxies and universes through timelines, the DNA cannot possibly always be constructed the exact same. If we change species. Yes, I agree. I'm not sure what your point is, Anna M, but but I agree. Time shift. I'll try to be a different species. I don't think you would you? You don't. No. You have to time hop. Oh, I guess you don't have to time hop into you in a different timeline. You could time hop into a different what? Now you guys are just being silly. You guys are just being silly now. The horned entity, Michael. I don't know, bro. So here's the thing. People ask me this a lot. Keith, I saw this. Well, what does it mean? Or I had a dream about this. What does it mean? Or this one comes up a lot. These entities appeared to me, Keith. What does it mean? I have no fucking clue, mostly, brother, because entities can shapeshift, especially in the etheric realms. They can shapeshift like no one's business. You can shapeshift. So who fucking knows if what showed up is what showed up? Like, I don't fucking know. Maybe they were saviors from the future. Maybe it's Lucifer trying to take your soul. Who knows, bro? Fucking Godspeed, though. Good luck. I have no idea. What I do say, though, is learn how to go lucid in your dreams, because hopefully you get this tidbit before my phone dies. I have nightmares. Part of my nightmares is I know I'm dreaming, but I can't wake up. So I was doing my lucid dream studies. It says, hey, if you have recurring dreams, use those as lucid. And I thought, oh, I have nightmares all the time. I'll use that to go lucid. That same fucking night, I go lucid. I'm running from basically these beings that look like Tasmanian devils. It's like they're blurry on the bottom, and they're running around like almost zombie-like. They were terrifying. Running down this hallway, and I go, oh, I'm having a nightmare. Fuck, I can't wake up. Oh, I'm having a lucid dream. So as soon as I go lucid, long story short, walk out of the house. The scene changes when I open the doors. It's all of a sudden bright, and the colors are vivid. The sky is bluer than blue. The grass is vivid green. I can feel the cobblestone beneath my feet. The monsters that look like Tasmanian devils were no longer monsters. They were now these like 9-foot tall, light purple-skinned women with fiery orange hair, and they were like Amazonian looking. And they're all huddled around the master of the chief. She's like 10 feet, 11 feet. She's taller than the rest of them. And she's looking at me. She's mugging me. She's mugging me like, you fucking son of a bitch. And I'm looking at her like, whoa. Get up to one of them on the back. I'm at the back of the circle. They're all looking at the chief is talking. I tug on her shirt. I'm like, hello. I say, what happened? You guys were chasing me a second ago, and now you're huddled. Like, I was like, what's going on? And she looks down at me, and she's all pissed. She's like, if you only knew what you were capable of, you would devour us. And then she looks back at the chiefess. And I'm like, whatever the fuck that means. And at the time, this is a long time ago, I was like, all right, whatever. And so I start jumping over the house, flying and shit. I get super excited, and I wake up. Point being, if you guys want to know what the entities are in your dreams, I would say don't trust anything in your dreams unless you're lucid. I know that's a bold statement because people do a lot of stuff out of their dreams. Some people base their whole lives out of their dreams, and they slay. But I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about myself personally. I'm hesitant. We'll say hesitant. I'm not anti-dream symbol. I'm just hesitant dream symbol because I know dreams can be influenced. I know it's proven fact that dreams can be influenced through technology, through airwaves, radio waves, psychic waves. Who fucking knows? Like the entities out there, your dreams can be manipulated. But what I found in my own personal experience is that when I'm lucid, the shit falls away. The disguise fell away. When I was lucid, the demons showed themselves. They stopped chasing me. They told me if you knew what you were capable of, you would devour us. They were afraid of me. But actually, they weren't even afraid. They were more angry because they didn't show fear towards me. It was pure anger, like I had ruined their plans. Like this was their big day, and I fucking ruined the whole. Like they've been planning this day for years, and I ruined it. Like that was the look they were giving me. And then she said, if you knew what you were capable of, you would devour us. So if you're asking me about entities in your dreams, or if you're not and you have entities in your dreams, know that dreams can be influenced, manipulated. And know that when you go lucid, you have a better chance. They call it lucid for a reason. You have a, you're closer to truth. You have a little more control over and you can say, are you real? Are you disguised? You know what I mean? It's your dream. You can do whatever you want. They're your entities. Or at least you don't know if they're your entities or not. That's the whole point of going lucid. So practice. But practice. Just know that you fucking just saw it. I'll do it again if I want to do it again. I'm not doing it again, but it was. I was like, I walk up to her. I'm only 5'8". She was probably like 9 foot. So I tug on her, and I'm like, excuse me. And she's like, but yeah. What's your best tip for lucid dreams? I can only do it twice a week. At VSSSS, if you're lucid dreaming twice a week, you're fucking champing it up. I'm lucky